Hey folks, welcome to Writer Club Radio, the podcast all about Kamen Rider. Our lawyers have told me I'm no longer allowed to call it the best podcast on the internet.
Yeah,
so
focus
we're pretty
testing
decent.
It didn't test well with the audiences, so no more saying that.
It's so bad that they aren't screening it for audiences. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
And this week we watched Kamen Rider Ghost episode 17. Liam, why don't you tell us what happened in this very special episode of Kamen Rider Ghost?
This week on a very special Kamen Rider Ghost. There's a Knife Ganma, and he's like he calls himself Jackknife or something, and he's dancing around, and he creates this purple fog, and then he attacks women in it, and he hits them with their sword, and it sends them...
Don't we all?
He attacks women and he hits them with their sword, and the sword sends them to the Shadow Realm. And there's a mysterious man behind it all. Another sort of human Ganma, like Javel and Aaron, is like overseeing the whole thing. And this lady shows up to the temple where Takeru is hanging out, and she can see the future. She can predict the attacks. And she's dressed up all in like this weird sort of traditional Japanese costume-looking thing. It's like a ridiculous outfit. But she's psychic, and she can fly, and she can tell when the next attack is going to be. And she just, like, hangs out at the temple, eating cookies and stuff, eating all their stuff and reading magazines. And while they're
all... The charmed life.
And so while they're all, like, processing this weird information, Newton, the Newton icon, flies away, and Takeru's like, oh shit, I gotta get that Newton icon. And he chases after it, and while he's chasing after it, the lady who can see...
Yeah, don't expect anything to do with that to ever be explained in this episode, by the way.
Not in this episode. So while he's running off after it, the lady who did the predictions, she predicts another attack, and Takeru's not around. So Akari and Onari are like, okay, we'll do it. We'll handle it. Onari's been swinging his stick around in the backyard. He should be able to deal with ghost monsters. So they run off to the location that the lady, goes, she says, and there is indeed an attack going on. Or it's already happened when they get there, and they confront the monster, and Onari tries to fight the monster, and he gets his ass kicked, and the monster kindly, instead of just running him through, just sort of like cuts his face up a little bit and humiliates him in front of Akari. So he starts to feel really shitty about himself. But that shit doesn't matter because Spectre shows up, and Spectre's like, okay, everybody get out of the way. All the losers get to the left. I'll fight this fucker. And he transforms and he starts fighting, and then Necrom appears and he says, no, I'll do it. He kicks Spectre's ass, and then he enslaves Spectre. He puts the Necrom icon into Spectre's belt, and forces him to transform with it, and that, like, makes him into Necrom's puppet. I guess that's...
I can't wait for the inevitable gif of Necrom fumbling his hands around Makoto's dick for half a scene.
Are you trying to say something about Kamen Rider being a little bit homoerotic, Jeff?
Of course not.
Because it's complete poppycock. So, you'll make me lose my fucking train of thought. So all this crap is going down. Takeru catches up with Newton, who is on a swing, and he catches Newton, and he's like, Newton, what the fuck is the matter with you? Why are you running away? But obviously Newton doesn't say anything because he can't talk yet. So that whole thing is dropped for now. He goes back to the base, and little Cannon is there, and she's like, my brother ran off. He's still all beat up from the last time he got his fucking ass kicked. So we need to go and help him. We need to find out where he is. And
is Cannon supposed to be like a fucking, like, tiny child or something? She's like 18 years old.
I think so. I prefer that she be like a naive 18-year-old to... I think it's because she was trapped in the Ganma world. She don't know nothing about anything.
She's trapped in the Ganma world for 10 years.
They don't have school there. Yeah. So she's like, we gotta find my brother, and they use the Condor phone to find her brother. And they go to the underpass where he got possessed, but he's gone. Only Aaron is there, and Aaron's like, don't worry, fucking Spectre's fine. Why would I lie to you? He's okay. And so they're like, alright, I'm sure he's not lying. This should be fine.
Why don't we believe our villain?
So Jackknife starts doing shit again, and Akari and Onari find him again, with the help of the psychic lady, and they go there, and Akari's built like a machine that should hopefully destroy any Ganma. She's made like a Ganma melting liquid, and she uses it to put it in the old gun that she used to use. Remember when she fired the glitter? She like attaches a little attachment to that, and it makes...
before they got the little spider lamp, and they just used Honorable Master Spider to do it.
Before they got that, they had the glitter cannon. She puts a thing on the glitter gun, and it makes like a bullet, but the bullet flies off because the purple mist is actually a magnetic field, and it flies off and just completely misses. So Akari gets her ass kicked. She gets slashed into the Shadow Realm. And Onari comes forward and he's like, I'm gonna do it this time, and he pokes him in the stomach. He pokes the Ganma in the stomach, and the Ganma falls over. And just when the Ganma's about to kick Onari's ass, Onari, like, does a really awful Matrix parody thing where he dodges the bullets, and I groan really loudly.
Liam? That was very topical.
Oh, it was so funny.
It was a timely reference.
And Takeru shows up, and of course the woman who could tell the future was possessed by Himiko, just like that other guy was possessed by Ryoma a few episodes ago. So Himiko flies out, and she says, "Oh, Ghost, I'll help. Let's fucking fight him together." And Ghost says, "Alright, let's do it." And he turns into Himiko. The guy summons all these souls to fight him, and he wards them off with Himiko's magic, and he saves the day. And the guy, I forgot to mention this, but like throughout the whole episode, there's this new guy named Igor, who is like he's got goggles, and he's like a ghost researcher, a Ganma researcher. I don't know exactly what
He's like a Ganma scientist.
He's a Ganma scientist, that's it. He is Akari's foil, I guess.
He is a Ganmayantist.
He says there's a special word for being a scientist in the Ganma world. I don't remember what it is.
Who cares?
Fucking be bothered.
Who cares?
So when the girl is done being possessed, the bad guy gets away. Igor gets away after the Ganma dies. The girl is done being possessed, and she's like, "Oh, I'm part of the Himiko study group. Also, here's a Kamen Rider Ghost toy and a Kamen Rider 1 new Kamen Rider 1 movie form coming out this spring toy. Check it out in IMAX 3D high frame rate." And everyone's like, "Wow, sick."
And then weirdly, like, my printer hooked up to my computer started printing out full-page coupon ads for Bandai.com. It was really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird episode, weird function. So that shit happens, and that's the end of the episode. Spectre is still possessed, and the episode chooses to remind us of that. And that's the end of the episode. So, Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider Ghost episode 17?
Liam, what did you think of Kamen Rider Ghost episode 17?
You want me to start? I can start.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I hated it. Alright, on to news.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in next
Goodbye.
week.
We have a Twitter.
No, come on. Tell us why you hated this episode.
Okay, this was the first episode that really made me notice. We talk a lot about ghost writing, and we talk a lot about ghost writing in terms of its plot, and how the plot is very plotting and inconsistently paced. And we've gone over this 100 times, so I won't go over it again. But this is the first episode that really made me notice the dialogue of ghosts being shitty. You know what I mean? You have Akari and Onari, who are they're like broken records at this point, kind of repeating the same stuff. Akari is, there must be an explanation, I'll show you the power of science, I'll shoot a thing. And Onari is, he mugs for the camera and he yells a lot, and that's his thing. But the really egregious part in this episode was towards the end, and I'm not going to talk about the little toy advert. Get to that later. But there's a bit at the end where Igor summons all the souls of the captured women from the Shadow Realm, and they come back and they start attacking Takeru when he's, like, transformed. And it's that classic, superhero thing of, like, the mind-controlled people, you can't kill them because they're just being mind-controlled, they're innocent. So you just gotta, like...
There's nothing between standing there doing nothing and murder, so you just gotta let it happen.
So you gotta let it happen.
You can't push them off or anything with your super Kamen Rider strength.
It's not like you could just walk right past them.
No.
But while they're trying to strangle him and stuff, Akari is saying, like, through her brain, like, "Please, Ghost, we are being mind-controlled. We do not want to do this. We are doing this against our will." And Ghost goes, "Oh, I want to save them. I don't want to hurt them. I know they are being mind-controlled." And I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah, I can see it.
It's
I can
almost
see
like
it with
this is a show for babies.
But it wasn't always. It wasn't... Like, if Kamen Rider had always been like this, I wouldn't be sitting here, is the thing. But I am, because it was good. It was good once. It was good recently. It was good last year. Why? It's like this now. It's just like this now. And I hate it. I hate the writing in Ghost. I hate it.
Tell us how you really feel about it.
I mean, it's like I said, it's up and down. There are some episodes of Ghost that are great, which is the most frustrating thing about it, is it's a cool concept, and when it plays out, it's the coolest thing ever. But it doesn't play out a lot. It gets lost in itself, and it feels like the writers are trying really hard to stretch the story out.
But hey, Liam.
What?
if you go to the theater early, you can get this keychain that if you pull it, it makes a sound. What the fuck more do you want from this show?
I guess we can talk about that now. That's the most. Let's. I swear we're going to talk about stuff that we liked about this episode in just a minute. I have to get to this now. There's a part towards the end, Jeff, that we talked about, where the lady who was possessed by Himiko turns around and gives everybody these little Kamen Rider toys that you can get for going to see the movie, the new Kamen Rider 1 movie that's coming out soon.
And Ghost like takes his little toy. He takes the little keychain pull toy from her, and he's like, "Hey, it's me." Wouldn't any normal person be like, "What the fuck? Why is there a toy of me? What is this? Where did you even get this?"
I think, you know what? While you were saying that just now, wouldn't it be a funny little like subplot, and you could actually tie it into toy sales if there was like some kind of toy company that was exploiting Ghost's image because he can't copyright himself because of his secret identity, and they're just coming out.
That happened in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Did it?
Yeah, they like started making movies based on Spider-Man.
Oh, I think I read that. That was way long ago.
Yeah,
wasn't
Tobey
it? Yeah.
Maguire actually played Spider-Man in Ultimate Spider-Man. It was like Arachno Dude. They had to change the name to it eventually.
Something like that.
But they could.
If they had did something like that, I think I would have liked it. If there was
that would be writing. We can't have any of this shit.
Yeah, no. She just pulls them out. She's like, "Here's a Kamen Rider 1 toy," and they're like, "Who's this? Who's Kamen Rider 1?" And she's like, "A legendary warrior who you'll see very soon, perhaps this spring, in a theater near you." And it's so like I know that Kamen Rider is about it's a business, right? It's not primarily made to sell toys, but that's a big part of it.
The Marvel movies are a business, but they don't have the toys show up in the fucking movies.
That's exactly it. It doesn't have to be like this. Like, it doesn't have to be so transparent. Like
think about this. Think about all those 1980s action cartoon shows, like G.I. Joe or Thundercats or like anything from back then.
With all the playsets.
Yeah, like Transformers. Those
were the classic.
Half-hour long toy commercials. That's what they were made for. Like the G.I. Joe was made specifically because of the toys even.
Yeah.
The toys don't appear in the fucking show.
Well, the action
Storm
figures
Shadow
of the characters.
Fucking,
yeah.
Who's General Hulk? Like, he doesn't come out and he's not like, "Hey, look at this brand new General Hulk figure I found. It has Kung Fu grip."
The thing is, like, it's the toys appearing in the show isn't necessarily bad as long as the toy being shown is the belt or the transformation trinkets or the weapons or something that makes sense that it's there. I can deal with that. Even if it's something stupid like Kabuto's little mini Kabuto Zector launcher that he uses twice. I can fucking deal with it if you work it into the plot. I don't care.
It's an item that would feasibly exist in the show.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone reacts to it normally. Like, "Holy crap, look at this crazy weapon."
Mm-hmm.
And they're not like... It's not like somebody comes out with, like, a Kabuto Zector on that has, like, Kabuto... like the logo of the show on it and like a price tag hanging off of it. And they're like, "Look at this Kabuto Zector I picked up at Walmart for $19.99.
Well, that's what it is now, Jeff. What do you think? Can you imagine Shotaro Shinomori? Did he ever imagine this, I wonder?
Oh, man.
Rolling
over in his grave. They really shouldn't bring him back with the icon because he's going to be fucking pissed.
Not for this series. Not like when we first saw the Shotaro Shinomori icon, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But this is going to be it. It's going to be this. It's going to be Ghost.
I think we know Liam's true opinions on Ghost now.
I want to like Ghost. I want to like Ghost really bad, and I have
so.
liked Ghost. I have liked some episodes of Ghost. But this is an egregious one. This episode is a fucking egregious one. I can't get over it.
If you, like, rewind back, if you go back last week and listen to the episode when Necrom shows up, we're like, well, now shit's going to be different, right? Necrom's around, so we're going to get some plots. Necrom's going to change things up.
I was optimistic because I thought it would be the beginning of an arc. It seemed like it was setting up a new, long arc.
Yeah, Necrom is involved almost zero. He's like fucking 10% of the episode. He shows up, he fights Spectre, and then he brainwashes him like a fucking... I hate to say Saturday morning children's cartoon show since that's what this is, but like a bad Saturday morning children's cartoon show.
Whoa, it's like, whoa, the secondary writer's been brainwashed again? Where have I seen that before?
Oh,
in a show about a man who transforms?
Dr. Eggman tricked Knuckles again.
That's usual. That's usual Heisei Rider. This is Go and Chase getting mind controlled again.
Yeah.
This is like I get you want to have riders fighting riders. I love riders fighting riders. But if
Put some fucking conflict in there then, like character conflict.
Yeah. Otherwise they're just fighting each other just to fight. I get it. I'm fucking dumbfounded. I'm done.
You know, I probably wouldn't have as negative of an opinion on this episode as I do if it wasn't for, one, the little advertisement in it, which is egregious.
That immediately knocks 3 points off an episode score, regardless of the rest of it.
Two, in the year 2016, there is a reference to The Matrix in this episode. Like, the entirety of The Matrix leaning back to dodge the bullet scene.
I cannot believe that.
And then he hurts his back like fucking Kung Pao.
And it's not...
When he fights the cow, it's that fucking scene.
And there's no... Anybody who might be thinking it's a coincidence or something, there is absolutely no way it's a coincidence. It's the same camera angle. It's the same slow motion. It's the same sort of scene, and it's got the same like ripples around the bullets when they fly through the air.
They play the music, house music in the background underneath the actual soundtrack when it happens.
Yeah, it's. There's no way around it. It was a Matrix reference.
My jaw hit the fucking floor when that happened. I had to check the calendar in my fucking living room.
like you fell through a time portal or something, and it was.
What, is it 1999 right now?
Was that when The Matrix came out? 99?
98, 99, I don't know.
Wow, it was that long ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Time passes, you old fuck.
I guess so. You want to know what I did like about this episode? I'm going to talk.
Tell us. Also, my opinion, since I skipped before, was that I also didn't like this episode.
Not really. I thought it would be ambiguous. I had no idea.
Shocking information.
Shocking truth. I liked the new form for Spectre. I like Necrom Spectre over there. It's pretty neat looking. The Necrom jacket's always nice, and it goes well with the Spectre suit, the white and black.
I mean, it didn't seem like it belonged.
It didn't belong. But that's kind of what's cool of it. It's like fucked up. It's like purposely fucked up.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it belongs. It's not a harmonious design, which you can use dissonance in a design for a purpose, and I understand that. But a harmonious design is pleasing to the eye, and a dissonant design can be very unpleasing. I wouldn't say it's very displeasing, but I don't particularly care for it that much.
Yeah, I don't
Especially
think
since it prominently shows the scuba mask.
Yeah, anything that gets rid of the scuba mask will be nice, but I don't think it's not like an offensively bad form. It's a fine form. I like
terrible.
the look of it. Yeah.
We will talk about an offensively bad form later.
Oh yeah, spoilers. There is also, I do like that there's going to be more fights. I'm glad that Spectre is evil again. I don't care if it's... Like, I don't like that he's brainwashed, but I really do want him to come into conflict with Takeru, and I want to see them fighting.
I find that, it's almost offensive.
It's
that
so
he's brainwashed, because it's so fucking lazy.
It's so cheap, but I am excited to see them butting heads again.
I mean, now that I think about it, I sit here and think about it, it is very lazy, but it's not as lazy as I'm thinking of, because he's being possessed and it's a ghost series.
Yeah, it's not like...
So at least it's thematically, it fits.
Yeah, it's not like Aaron walked up to him and was like, hey, don't you think Takeru might be evil? And Spectre was like, oh, what if he's right?
Spectre became Solid Snake for a second.
That was unintentional, but...
Evil.
Kamen Rider. No, but that contrived shit that they always pull to make them fight.
Yeah.
They just turn the secretary into a literal idiot.
Garen, what if Blade's gonna destroy the world? Maybe he is. I didn't even think about that.
My God, it never even crossed my mind before.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse.
It could be worse. Igor might be going in an interesting direction. He doesn't seem very interesting.
I like that he's at least a bit of a foil to Akari. He, like, brings Akari into the mix a little bit more.
Yeah, Akari and Onari did stuff this week.
Yeah,
that was good. They got involved.
I understood Onari's frustration very well. Like, he wants to help, but he doesn't have the skills necessary to help.
Yeah.
And he sort of, like, forced his way through a little bit in this episode, even though it contained a reference to a movie from a decade ago.
They had to just throw that little thing in there to fuck it up. But I like that old trope of the guy who can't really do anything, and he just presses his pants and pulls his shit together and does something cool just once.
Presses his pants?
He presses his pants, he gets all his... Can we just move on, please? Can we just...
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay.
So, despite all that, I thought the episode was pretty bad. But it wasn't all bad. It was a pretty bad episode, though.
It's not the worst episode of Kamen Rider I've ever seen.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's the worst episode of Ghost, but...
Really?
Yeah.
What was the worst episode?
Probably the second part of the Ryoma arc. Easily, actually, not probably. Fucking for sure. That part was awful.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to the dad. Alright, now I'm gonna go talk to the dad.
We've voiced our complaints.
I don't know. I feel like this is fairly similar to that.
It's close.
Really.
Maybe the second worst.
Nothing was really resolved except Takeru got a new form, which is... I guess you could say that about a lot of the episodes.
That doesn't count for plot. That doesn't fucking... How many times is Himiko going to be used after today?
Yeah. Takeru gets a new form. She is a beautiful, magical girl.
I do like... I like Himiko. I like the form.
I like that Himiko does something different that other forms don't do. Himiko can dispel...
like
magical
illusions and stuff.
Illusions, and can dispel curses on people.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's really awesome. It's too bad that he'll never remember he has that form when curses come up from now on.
Yep, Himiko's going to hang out with Beethoven.
And Newton, until Newton's fucking subplot of, I'm gonna run away.
That's why do you think Newton's running away? He's like, you don't fucking need me.
When's the last time you used me outside of a movie or a special?
I just want to rest and take my tormented soul outside of this spherical prison, please.
How long have they been trapped in these fucking eyeballs?
However long have they been dead, I guess.
Oh my god. They're like, I was a religious man when I was alive, but no longer.
I have seen true hell. It's an icon. Who's the oldest figure that he's got? Is it Robin Hood?
No. Robin Hood's not real.
Yeah, but assuming Robin Hood was real.
I don't know. When is Musashi from?
Samurais are after knights. Samurais are after medieval. I think that's it. I think Robin Hood's it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Poor Robin Hood. Robin Hood's got it the worst. He's been in there for a long time. He's been in there for 1,000 years.
It's never paid to be a fictional character.
No, never.
This episode also had what I like to call joke CG in it.
Oh, fuck. I know what you're talking about.
Like, when it does the close-up on Onari's face, and he gets cut up a bunch, they do joke CG to make his eyeballs pop out and shit.
It's a waste of resources.
This is not a cartoon, you fucks!
It looks weird. It looks really out of place. Like, Kamen Rider CG is already not great, but that kind of stuff looks really, really, really out of place. It's
not a fucking cartoon show.
Yeah.
He already makes goofy faces. Use those.
Exactly. If there's one thing Onari's actor can do, it's make a face for the camera. That's all he does.
He embarrasses me secondhand. Having to watch him mug at the camera.
Yeah.
He makes Shinken red money. He lives on water.
You think so?
And he has to act like that in front of a camera all day long. How much does Goofy Sidekick pay in a Kamen Rider series?
Would you be surprised if it turned out that they made double what the main rider made?
Oh god. Apparently you don't need to be able to act to be a main rider, so I guess I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
I don't know. You're right, though. Like, it seems like the writing has gone downhill.
I don't know if I could say it's gone downhill. It's a roller coaster. Ghost is a roller coaster. There's highs and lows.
Ghost is like a very unfun roller coaster. Like, you go up on a little hill, and then you go down into, like... You go underwater, and right as you're about to drown, it pops back up onto another hill.
This episode of Ghost is like... No, Ghost in general is like that gif of a guy trying to shovel snow and just sort of slipping for like 9 seconds. Have you seen that? And at the end, he just gives up and throws the shovel away. That's what I feel like.
You're playing the show up like it has a deep, intricate plot that's yet to be discovered. All, like, Heisei shows do this. The difference is the plot happens eventually. We're still waiting for that. And the longer you keep the plot from happening in a show where you're heavily dependent upon that plot, you haven't set up the show to be an episodic show. It's supposed to have a plot. The longer it takes for that plot to happen, the more aggravated your audience is going to get with your show.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where I'm not even... Like, I don't know Japanese kids. I don't know that demographic. I wonder if they're even enjoying it anymore. I wonder what they think about it.
I don't know. Children love swords that turn into guns.
That's true. I love that shit right now, so...
I liked it until it turned out to be that's all it was ever going to do, is turn into a gun.
Turn into a gun, turn into another gun, turn into a third gun. This is everything you could ever want in a weapon. A true tactical masterpiece.
Look, you don't need an arsenal, you just need this one fucking sword.
That's the weapon of the future.
Sword gun.
Sword gun.
If Final Fantasy VIII taught us anything.
Yeah, all you need. Jeff, do you want to hear some... Do you want to hear some news?
Are we done talking about Kamen Rider Ghost? Episode 17?
I'm done.
You don't want to talk about the deep and intricate plot of this episode?
No, we'll leave that.
Alright. We'll pretend like it didn't happen. There's no plot in this episode. It'll
we'll
be a
pretend.
funny gag.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious.
Tell me about the news, Liam.
Alright, I'll tell you about the news. So Hiroshi Fujioka went on his blog the other day, and he talked a little bit about coming back.
Can you imagine that 800-year-old man typing on his computer?
Sorry, Hiroshi Fujioka got one of his butlers to type up a blog while he spoke it out to him. And he talked a little bit about coming back as Rider 1 and the creative process of creating the new Rider 1 movie that's coming out soon.
It was actually pretty touching.
I was interested when I read this, actually. He said, what was the quote? Having done charity work in dozens of countries, I want to transmit the heaviness and true value of life. The script did not have this message at first because it was written by Toshiki Inoue, so we took it upon ourselves to rework it countless times. That's exactly
what it said.
So we took it upon ourselves to rework it countless times for children to be able to receive this message, which led to sleepless nights in which discussions took place as how to incorporate this important message into the project. Now, I'm not sure if this is just PR speak or something, but I'm praying to whatever God might be listening that it's not, because that makes the movie sound a little better than it did before. That there might be an actual heart in this script.
Yeah, there are a few things that are actually making me look forward to this movie a little bit more.
Okay.
That is one of them, that Hiroshi Fujioka seems to have some faith in it. He didn't really talk at length about the movie itself when he came back to play Rider 1 in Heisei vs. Showa. He just talked about how cool it was to be able to play that character again.
Yeah, don't talk about the actual movie when you're talking about Heisei vs. Showa, or else you're gonna fuck it up.
He's actually talking about, like, putting a message into the movie and stuff, so that gives me a little bit of hope. And also the fact that the plot seemingly revolves around the granddaughter of Tachibana Tobe.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
And, like, Hongo has to, like, rescue her from the clutches of Shocker or something.
That's pretty cool.
And that's pretty cool. I really enjoy, like, the older writers having characters that they care for and, like, take care of. Like, I really loved X taking care of that girl, his adoptive daughter.
Showa. Yeah.
It was one of the only good parts of the movie.
It's strong interpersonal relationships. I like them.
You would know that if you listened to the Rider Club commentary on Heisei vs. Showa.
Are we still shilling that?
Yeah, you can get your own copy of our hoard out piece of shit on our blog. riderclubradio.wordpress.com.
Okay, thank you. I I was very doom and gloom about this movie, and all these press releases and stuff are giving me a little bit of hope. So I guess it's working. Toei, keep it up. I'm kind of excited.
That's the Toei cycle. You see something and you're like, wow, that's going to be a piece of fucking shit. And the closer it gets, you're like, hey, this might actually be good. And then you see it and it's a piece of fucking shit.
It might be good. Law of averages. There's got to be some good ones.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Exactly. There's got to be a good... I mean, this is like a new... It's a cool idea. I like it. I hope it pans out.
I think it's a really cool idea to do a movie that's just Kamen Rider 1. Like, if there are no other writers in this movie, I guess Ghost has to be in it.
Yeah, Ghost and Spectre are in it.
That's fine. If I don't want it to be a big bloated crossover because Toei are fucking terrible at that.
Absolutely.
I want it to be a character-driven movie, which Toei have proven in the past that they're pretty good at.
They can do it. Someone can do it. I don't know if the writing staff on this movie can do it, but somebody at Toei can do it.
Somebody needs to be there to rein in OA.
Yeah, and hopefully that person was Hiroshi Fujioka, or perhaps a team.
Could you imagine, like, Fujioka and Inoue in a room, and Inoue's like, alright, in this scene you flash back to when you ate shit in a toilet as a baby so that you could survive. If Fujioka was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Fujioka just fucking, like, karate chops him or something.
he fucking judo flips him, tells him to play Sega Saturn.
He would punch him the way he punches the buttons on that giant Sega Saturn controller.
He flips him and he says, play until your fingers break! Until your fingers break!
Oh god, please, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's a Sega Saturn? Fujioka was not playing a role. That's just what he normally does.
That was file footage taken from in and around Hiroshi Fujioka's.
I love Fujioka so much.
We all do.
If he puts the seal of approval on this movie, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I will too. I've skipped Rider movies in the past. I skipped the soccer movie from Gaim.
I did too.
I will not skip this one. I won't. I'll give it a shot.
We'll watch it, and if it's shit, maybe we'll do a commentary of it.
Maybe. You look forward to that. It's a win-win.
It's a lose-lose for us.
So, the guy that played Kamen Rider Kaixa is going to be in Zyuohger.
Really?
So, he's doing a voice, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be the red.
He doesn't seem super kid-friendly to be a Super Sentai character.
If this guy came back as, like, the red Super Sentai Ranger and did that fucking smile all the time, you betcha. I've watched that, all 50 episodes. I don't give a shit about the quality of the show. No, he does the voice of the bird Jew-Man. The I don't know who that is. It's just been confirmed.
Jew-Man? Liam?
Jew. Z-Y-U.
Liam, are you a racist?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we don't know much about his role. Well, I don't know anything.
He's playing the bird Jewman.
He's playing the bird Jewman. I don't know anything about Sentai. I don't, like, troll for Sentai news like I do with Kamen Rider. So we'll have to just wait and see what that's all about. Zyuohger is starting next week, and we're going to be watching that for the Super Sentai second, so...
We will be watching Zyuohger.
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it will be good.
Kaisa's in it.
Maybe it'll have the new Toei effect.
Yeah, well, if the new Toei effect is as real as you say it is, this is set to be the greatest Sentai series of all time.
There have been worse Sentai costumes.
Which? Name one.
Don't put me on the spot like that on the podcast.
Well, okay, write back to me a report tomorrow in triplicate.
Alright, I'll have it on your desk with the new cover for the TPS reports.
Thank you. So in the first volume of Kamen Rider Ghost Blu-rays, containing the first 12 episodes of the show, there is also going to be a little side movie about Eren and his past, I guess, his little adventures, and he is shown crying in the trailer. So if you ever were doubting that Eren might become a good guy, it might be best to cast those doubts away.
The deep, introspective character of Eren.
It's called Kamen Rider Ghost: The Legend of Hero Eren.
Oh my god.
So it's all about, like, he's going around, he's interacting with all the characters, he's doing all the shit. He talks to the takoyaki lady.
Yeah, I saw that
in the trailer.
Preview.
Yeah, so God only knows.
Who thought she was ever going to come back?
Yeah, really, I thought she was going to be one off. I'm kind of interested in that though. I want to see more about Eren, and I really don't want them to just turn him into a good guy.
Yeah.
I want a villain. What?
They've been, like, teasing this, like, what is Eren's true motive? And, like, what is the Ganma world like? What are the Ganma after? I just don't give a shit anymore. We're almost at episode 20.
You're right. I always just kind of assumed it was world domination, but they haven't really told us, have they?
No. Like, it's almost episode 20. I just don't fucking care anymore. It's so difficult to keep caring and want to know.
Well, maybe this special will shed a little bit of light on it.
And I mean, Drive had a similar problem, but like I said, it had enough other things going on that kept me interested.
Drive had better...
You can say that that's a cop-out as much as you want, but it's fucking true.
Drive had better episodic episodes, I think. Drive was very episodic for the beginning, was very two-parter heavy. And
Drive had a goal that it stuck to for the entire series as well, which was the destruction of the Roid Mutes.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't like the two-parters at first. I didn't like Drive at first. But it grew a little bit. The series grew on me. Like if you've listened to those episodes of Rider Club Radio, I do quite enjoy Drive by the end. It was good.
Yeah. And even Ghost is the whole fucking thing in Ghost is he's going to die in 99 days, and then again he's going to die in 99 days. And
the first time that plot resolved, it was really good. When we got down to the countdown, when we were noticing, the 99 days is passing faster than we thought it was going to be.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, and like the whole, when you start to notice that the days are counting down faster than 50, like it's not going to be 50 episodes, and then in episode 50 it's going to be day 99. It's like episode, what was it, like 12 or something we got to day 99? That was cool. That like that shit was popping off that fast, or at least the show was tricking you into thinking that shit was popping off that fast.
It got reset, which was our biggest worry.
Yeah.
This is going to get reset. And then, like, we were worried again after it got reset. You know, what if the show just goes back to being, like, episodic shit?
Yeah.
And it did.
Well, the biggest thing that I didn't like was that you can have more than one wish. You just collect the icons again, and then you get another wish.
They're Dragon Balls.
Yeah, they're Dragon Balls. You don't even have to wait a year.
But at the beginning of every episode, Takeru does that shit like, my name is Sam, and I get thrown from world to world, and maybe the next leap will be the last leap home.
What is this a reference to?
Quantum Leap. I'm very old.
Okay, yeah, you are very old. That's beyond even me. I don't fucking know.
Most of our listeners are 10, so I probably shouldn't be using that type of reference. But at the beginning of every episode, he introduces himself and shit. I'm the Flash. I'm the fastest man alive. Whatever.
Okay, you can stop.
And he says, I have however many days left.
Mm-hmm.
And every time he says that, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna fucking die. He should probably do something about that.
Remember that the main character is a ghost? Remember that he's dead?
No. When's the last time he turned invisible?
I don't remember. I think it was when he was breaking into the old man's office to harass him. Yeah.
Were we talking about news?
Yeah, we were. Enough bitching about Ghost. There's a couple new trailers out for Betrayed War Genesis. Remember before, all the Heisei riders from 2001 to 2006, they all had trailers?
Yes.
There's two more now have come out since then. One for 2006 to 2009, and one for 2009 to 2012. And they all, just like the other ones, they outline which actors are coming back. So, Gatak is coming back.
Yeah, my main man.
Yeah, boy. His voice is a little deeper, but you can tell it's definitely him. Zeronos is coming back, obviously.
Got nothing better to do.
Ixa is coming back.
Well, which Ixa? There were like 5 of them.
I don't know. I didn't see Kiva.
Okay.
One of the Ixas is coming back. Masahiro Inoue obviously is coming back to be Decade again.
He was down the hall.
He was down the hall. He was in the next building over doing Garo. They just strolled down over there. There's 2 Decade characters in this game. There's Decade and Decade Violent Emotion, and the game treats them like 2 different characters.
I mean, there are 3 Hongos.
Are there? I know there's Hongo without a helmet. Oh yeah, there's Hongo without his helmet, Hongo Civilian Hongo, and Rider 1 Hongo.
No, there's Rider 1. There's no Hongo without a helmet.
Really? That's just in cutscenes and stuff?
Yeah, I guess. There's Rider 1, there's Civilian Clothes Hongo, and then the Shocker Combatman you can play as is Hongo disguised as a Shocker Combatman.
That's like that DLC mission or something where you gotta sneak into... Yeah. Who else is coming back? Sorry. The End is coming back. Woo! AU Kuga, we already knew about, is coming back.
Interesting story.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with anything.
I don't care.
Dien's actor was asked by some like fangirl, did Dien have feelings for Decade? Is that why he continually stalked him?
Okay.
And was he in love with him? And Dien's actor was like, yeah, that's how I played it. I don't know if the writers intended that or not, but Dien is absolutely in love with Decade.
Well, it's canon now.
So all your fan fiction is real, everyone.
Get writing.
I just thought that was a neat little touch that the actor was just like, yeah.
Yeah. All the Den-O Imagines are coming back. Keyvat is coming back. And that's it for... Woo! Get hyped for Keyvat. That's it for 2006 to 2009. In the 2009 to 2012, Double O's and Forze, Shotaro's coming back.
Of course.
Obviously. Excel is coming back.
Yeah,
Eternal.
He's in the new thing with Drive.
Yeah, Eternal is coming back.
What?
O's is coming back. What?
Eternal's back?
Eternal is back.
That's strange. Is Eternal playable?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you can play as him. His final move is like he puts in all the Gaia memories and all of his little bandoliers and fucks you up good. You can see him in the trailer, all the gameplay with him. It's really good. It's a really cool trailer.
I guess, what are you going to add to a fucking Muso game? More characters.
More characters. What the fuck else are you going to do? O's is coming back. Birth is coming back. And Meteor is also coming back.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the cast. And this game... Every time I look at it, I remember, Jeff, what you said, that it looks like a fucking PlayStation 2 game, and it does. It looks like, even worse, it looks like a GameCube game or something, like... But I do like the visuals of it, and like the kind of shaders that they put on the characters. They do all the tricks in the book to make it look like it's not as bad as it actually does.
It looks like a decent, like, early GameCube game.
Like Eternal Darkness level.
Like, yeah, Eternal Darkness level. I can see that. I was just thinking about like Luigi's Mansion, which still looks really good.
In terms of like poly count and texture resolution, that sort of thing, yeah, I'd put it at about Luigi's Mansion level.
I don't know, man. Luigi's Mansion had an art style that made it look really good. Like, it's like above Eternal Darkness level, but it ain't that far above Eternal Darkness level.
Yeah, it's like one notch. If you look at, there's a picture that they put on the Oren's link and the article about it. They put a picture of Double, a little screenshot of Double, pointing his finger and doing the count up your sins. And you can count the fucking polygons on his finger. Like, it
comes to a point.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's, ooh.
I don't care about graphics.
Yeah.
I never did. Like, we were talking shit about Eternal Darkness. That's one of my favorite
I
games.
love Eternal Darkness.
I love Eternal Darkness. But, it's like 2016, man. And this is a current gen game.
Well, it's on PS3 and Vita, so I imagine they're just using the same models.
They use the same assets for both.
Yeah.
I don't know. The fact that it's on PS3, Oblivion was on PS3.
Oh boy. Don't remind me about that.
That game looks like boiled over shit.
Oblivion looks like... I can't even come up with a metaphor. It looks like ass. It's a bad game.
It's offensively bad looking. I think we need to start a Tumblr petition against Oblivion. I'm offended by it.
Personally offended by this poly count. It's just that all the characters...
I guess it could be worse.
Yeah. It's like I said, for a cost-effective game that's also on PlayStation Vita, it looks fine. The aesthetic is fine. It's just that you can kind of... Like, the graphics look kind of dated. It looks fun. It looks like a fun fucking game. I want to play it.
It looks better than most, like, cash grabs based on television series video games, like Cory in the House.
What? Of all the ones...
It's the only thing I can think of.
Off the top of your head, Corey in the house. Okay.
I don't know, like, Spawn Armageddon. Looks better than that.
Was that the one on the PlayStation 1?
Spawn Armageddon was on GameCube.
Oh, GameCube. Okay.
And
There was.
To this day, it's probably the worst game I've ever played.
Wow. Ooh.
I've played all your worst games. I've played your Superman 64s.
Mm-hmm.
I've played. You can walk in that game, so it's already better than Spawn Armageddon. I've played your E.T. the
Have you played
Extraterrestrials.
Indigo Prophecy?
I have not played
Oh,
Indigo Prophecy.
Don't make Kamen Rider video games, because then we start talking about video games.
Yeah. Just quit making them.
Stop. Turn them off. There's some great Kamen Rider games, and this one looks super fun. I'm a big junkie for Dynasty Warriors. I would love to play this game.
Yeah,
but I don't have a PS3 or a PS4 or a PS Vita.
I have a PS3 and a PS4, so
You
I'm
should
thinking
import
about
that.
importing.
Yeah. If you don't want to deal with making a Japanese PSN account or whatever, just import the PS3 version. Fuck it.
I think I might do the PS3 version anyway, because what's the purpose of getting the PS4 version?
If it still looks like butt.
It looks exactly the same as the PS Vita version.
Now, I don't know about that, but... Oh.
It looks fun, and that's all that matters.
It looks very fun.
It looks very brainless.
You can
but
rag
besides
on
that, it looks
You can
fun.
rag on the graphics all day long, and we do, but it looks like a very, very good game. I mean, okay, maybe very, very good is overdoing it. It looks like a nice brainless...
It looks like a decent brainless beat-em-up
Yeah, smash a bunch
Muso-style
of shit.
game.
Yeah. I like that. I can get behind it.
Make a good Kamen Rider game, you assholes.
They made
a really good one.
I like that beat 'em up on the PSP, Rider Generation 2. That was a good one.
Oh, it's alright.
I liked it. It was neat. You get to team up.
It has a surprising amount of content for that type of game.
Yeah.
Mostly because all the characters are South Park style crepe paper cutouts.
Yeah. I liked Super Climax Heroes, alright. It was a very shallow game, but it was fun. Good fan service game.
Very shallow.
It reminds me a little bit of JoJo All-Star Battle, where, like, as a technical fighting game, it's not the best, but as, like, a JoJo game for JoJo fans, it's fucking awesome.
JoJo, like, that game is, like... It has a lot more to it than
That's
Climax
true.
Heroes.
It's an unfair comparison, but it's the same sort of game, like it's some sort of situation.
It's like Clay Fighter. Clay Fighter is a terrible fighting game, but it's fun and funny. So it's got that going for it. It also has Earthworm Jim in one game.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
So the Rider 1 movie is going to have legendary Rider icons in it that Takeru will use.
Like the Legendary 7 icon?
No. The picture, the magazine scan we've got shows Gaim. Gaim hoodie.
We're only making like 5 or so back. That's it. We're not making any more.
But that's it. That's my whole... That's
you know what I would really love to see is... even though this is besmirching their good names, I would love to see Ghost and Spectre have Rider 1 and Rider 2 forms.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like hoodies based on Rider 1 and Rider 2.
Yeah.
That would be sweet as fuck.
I would love that.
It's too bad that shit ain't gonna happen.
No,
I mean,
never.
it might. It might.
It might.
We got some questions from some
Wait.
viewers.
Wait.
What?
I have more news.
You said that's it.
I said that was it for that story. It was
You're
really
a
small.
piece of shit, and I hate you.
I know.
What's next?
So, we got some rumors that are half confirmed about Ghost's final form and a new form for Spectre.
I've seen the Ghost final form trinket.
Yeah, that I don't know if that's fake or not. That seemed kind of fake. I don't know.
It did seem kind of fake. It also looks like it's even too ridiculous for Kamen Rider.
It's got the big infinity sticking up off the top of it. It's Ghost Infinity Soul and Deep Spectre, which sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, it does sound awesome. The Ghost Infinity Soul I'm not sold on since Wizard's final form was called Infinity.
Well, Wizard's final form was literally called Infinity in English. Ghost is the Japanese word for infinity, is the name. So it's sure to be better.
I don't see that happening that soon.
Well, that's what we've got. There's a couple details about it, but nothing really terribly conclusive. Just some belt sounds, and he uses the infinity icon, and it gives him infinite power. I'll link that stuff.
He becomes God at the end of the series?
I don't know. We'll see.
If he has infinite power, couldn't he just be like, alright, I'm alive again?
Maybe that's how the thing resolves.
Problem solved.
I'll have the link to all that information. You can check it all out if you're curious. It's not really much going on. There's some outlines of some icons. Visual coming soon. And you can see those.
Nothing is more exciting than an outline of an icon when they all have the same exact shape.
Try this one, asshole. Look at this.
Try and figure out what that's gonna be.
That's all my news. I'm done.
Alright, we got some questions this time.
Alright, lay 'em on me.
We got a question from Justifies Productions.
A movie studio or something?
My question is, could you guys pitch us an original secondary writer to fight alongside any writer from Showa? At the very least, I'm asking for a design, but if you guys want to add more like character, backstory, etc., that's fine. Also, making Taki into Taki Rider is not an option, or making Tackle into a rider. But those two would be really cool if it actually happened.
Tackle's already a rider in my heart.
Not in real life, bitch! Make a secondary rider right now for our amusement. For any Showa rider.
For our amusement. I don't know if I have any particular Showa rider in mind, but I think if any of the cyborg riders could have a magic rider on the side as a thing, I think that would be cool. There's a lot of weird magic shit in Showa that you could make into a rider. It wouldn't be super out of place.
It's all cyborg shit, except Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. There's magic in that universe. I think I like that clash of magic and technology. I don't have any particular ideas in mind. You sort of snuck up on me with this, but if someone like X or Skyrider or something had like a magic secondary, I think that'd be really neat.
Skyrider already has a secondary rider. His name is Gangan G.
Oh, fuck off. What about you, Jeff? What do you think?
That's who I choose, bitch. Gangan G. You didn't say I couldn't choose him.
That's true. That was not stipulated.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
What? Skyrider has like a sky themed thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be cool if he had a secondary rider that had like a water theme?
Oh, you could do like land, air, and sea.
Yeah.
Have three of them.
Eagle, shark, and panther.
Oh. Interesting.
Although X is already a water themed rider.
Yeah, you could have Kamen Rider X and Kamen Rider Y. That could be the magic guy.
That's pretty good, actually. You could have Kamen Rider X and Kamen Rider Zero.
X's and O's.
Just like Ultraman X teamed up with Zero. Ultraman Zero.
It's crazy.
And Mega Man X and
teamed
Zero.
Up with Zero. You could just have Ultraman X team up with... Not Ultraman X. You could just have Kamen Rider X team up with O's. And there you go.
Why don't you fuck yourself to death?
Okay. Alright. I'll take that.
It's a tough question because all of the Showa writers either have a writer that could be considered their secondary or have a plot that makes it impossible for them to have a secondary.
Yeah, they're perfect on their own, usually. Or with the characters that they have. Like, Stronger doesn't really need anybody other than Tackle. Black having a secondary would sort of ruin the whole thing.
Yes, it would.
So there's a lot of stuff. It's a tough thing.
V3 already has Rider Man, Rider 1 and Rider 2 have each other.
Yeah. Amazon is too weird for a secondary.
Amazon, what would you even make his secondary? He is a lizard piranha creature.
Well, that's our thoughts. I have a thing.
What's that?
I have a tweet. This week somebody tweeted at us, at Tensoder, I don't know, tweeted at us, what do you guys think of the 6th Juoger that got revealed, Juo the World? Jeff, what do you think of this design?
Oh my god.
I love it. I especially love how it's 3 animals in one. I love the that there's 10 different colors. I love the jacket. I love the spikes. I really like the really janky, clunky, awful design. I'm loving
Did you
the
say
chest.
awful?
Sorry, what?
Did you say awful?
I'm loving the absolutely terrible shirt that's got like 3 different animal prints on it. It's a fantastic
suit. The shirt's
suit.
the best part.
Absolutely the best part. The funniest part, for sure.
It's... The illustrations on the front of it are fucking awful.
The alligator one is what fucking gets me.
The alligator I thought was
good.
supposed to be a T-Rex. So I even thought it was worse than what it actually is.
Is this what Sentai does? I don't keep up on Sentai. Do they just reveal the 6th Ranger before it even starts nowadays? Is that what they do? Is that just how shit is?
Usually?
I remember
the
they
6th
revealed...
Ranger, like, usually comes like a few episodes in, they reveal it.
Yeah, I remember they revealed the Star Ninja, like, after the show had started, at least, right?
Yeah.
Like, am I mistaken?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is before the episode's even here, they're showing it. I think, I heard this week that Ninja's toy sales are, like, the worst in 16 years for Sentai.
Oh, yeah.
Or projected to be the
worst Sentai has ever been in history, ever.
No, but the toy sales are really low.
Oh,
And
toy sales.
Toy sales, yeah.
Oh.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Toei is just fucking trying to like blitz the shit this year, and like here's all of them right at the start. Like they think this makes the toys better or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
know.
Why didn't you just pick one of these animals? Why didn't you give him 3 forms based one on each of these animals? You could sell 3 action figures.
Because this way they only have to make 1 suit and 3 helmets. You gotta think economically.
I'm thinking economically. What'll make me the most fucking mad Toei bucks? 3 suits, 3 action figures, 3 sets of shit that transform you.
Well, instead we got this.
The body is horrendous, which is true of all of the Zyuohgers.
Yeah.
It's worse than the other Zyuohgers
Somehow,
by far.
yeah.
The main helmet is actually pretty rad.
I like it.
The rhino helmet is actually pretty rad.
I like the rhino helmet, I like the wolf helmet, I don't like the alligator helmet.
Yeah, the
very
alligator
much.
helmet's not great. The
Yeah.
wolf helmet I actually like less, even.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the worst.
Really? You're fucked up.
The
think it
rhino
was-
helmet is the best.
The rhino helmet is the best. I agree. I like the wolf helmet though. I like it's very sleek, and I like the big, huge red eyes.
See, I think that looks shit.
Wow, you're dumb.
I know. Why is one sleeve gold and one silver?
Because
If you're not gonna do that with the legs,
because it's got to be a clusterfuck. Because it's the 6th Ranger, I guess.
why does he have like little tabs that come down below his belt, like he's wearing a real tight suit jacket?
You know what it reminds me of? Remember in Go-Onger, there's the gold and the silver one, and they mash together.
Yeah, they form the
Go-On wings.
Wings, yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of that.
Except
same
that
sort
looked
of-
good.
Well, it's debatable.
I love
but-
Go on Gold. Go on
Yeah.
Gold is fucking amazing.
But like the color scheme of the half, like split down the middle gold and silver does not look good on anything. Especially not Duo of the World.
That's why you put a big giant black rhino in the middle,
That's true.
because it automatically looks better.
It's like somebody took everything you don't like about the Zyuohger suits and just mixed it up in a blender and mixed and made it more. And they were like, "Here you go, buddy."
The wolf helmet, although it is the worst of those 3 helmets, is still nowhere near the worst Zyuohger helmet. That belongs to the green elephant.
The green. I'd have to look at it again to see it.
The green elephant Zyuohger is fucking horrendous. Hold on a second, I'm gonna show you this shit.
Okay, all right. Live reaction. Here we go. We're gonna get sued by the Fine Brothers.
You can't say reaction.
Oh, that's not so bad.
It's got a fucking elephant's trunk
That's
down the middle of the whole
exactly-
helmet.
Exactly what I would expect out of it. That's really not bad. And the ears make the little wings on the side. I like it.
It's dumb as fuck, bro.
It's the worst helmet of the bunch, yeah, but I like all the Zyuohger
Although
helmets.
the yellow helmet actually looked kind of dumb as well, with the
Yeah.
weird plastic mane.
The shark one is sick. The eagle one is sick. I love the panther one, or the tiger, or the white tiger.
It's a tiger. You can't say panther.
You can't. There's no panthers in Sentai. The one from Sun Vulcan didn't pan out.
Yeah, the helmets all look good. The green one's shit, and the wolf one ain't that great.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I think of Juo the World. We got any other emails, Jeff?
Yeah, we do have some other emails, as a matter of fact. We got an email, again, from Kamen Rider Dank.
And what does he say?
The subject line is Kaigon, fuck you.
I like it already.
Hey RCR, I was wondering if you guys have seen the Kamen Rider number 4 net movies. Have you seen this?
I saw the first one unsubbed. The first episode, and it was crazy.
Oh, okay, to answer your question, no. We have not seen these. Thanks for writing in!
I just found out recently, I didn't think anybody subbed them, but apparently TV Nihon did. So I think I'll go and watch those.
Yeah, thanks for telling us about that, Kamen Rider Dank. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I did not know. I thought nobody did them. But I watched episode 1. I think I talked about it here on the podcast. And it was fucking crazy. Holy shit. Especially without subs when you don't know anything that's going on. Holy hell.
I wonder if anybody had that experience watching it subbed. Was it so fucking incomprehensible?
I gotta see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go watch it like tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe you'll hear about it on our Twitter. At Rider Club Radio, we'll probably talk about it a little bit on there.
Oh wow, that was a good plug.
I'm good at being a corporate shill.
Yeah. Toei should hire you.
That's what I've been saying since episode 1. Our next email is from Belf.
Okay.
Who says, hey guys, I got 2 questions for you. Number 1, have you seen Type High Speed? And if so, what are your thoughts on it?
I loved Type High Speed.
Type High Speed is great. It shows how much fun you can have with a Kamen Rider plot without it getting into goofy mug faces at the camera for a whole episode territory.
That was... Not to mention the fact that Type High Speed, the actual form, is fucking fantastic.
It's gorgeous.
But the scene, it's like... It plays into the theme that the show has, where to use each form you have to be in a certain mindset. And to use Type High Speed, you have
eventually, but...
Yeah. To use Type High Speed, you have to be a gentleman. So he's got like a limousine, and Kiriko is like his butler, and he's got a suit on. And he's like... He doesn't say, you're coming along for the ride. He's like, shall we drive? Or something when he does it, and it's very funny. It's very silly.
He's so gentlemanly.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little net movie. It's everything that I want in a hyper battle video. Just like, nice little, not very serious, little side story. Just a fun little thing. It's to remind you that Kamen Rider still has a heart.
Drive does that a lot.
Drive was pretty good for that.
Maybe not Ghost. Next question.
Okay.
If you guys could have the chance to be an extra in any scene in Kamen Rider history, but you can't do anything different, you're just an extra, where would you put yourself? I'd probably say I'd put myself in the massive room of police officers in Surprise Future.
Okay, I already know where I would put myself.
Really?
Yeah, I already know. In Kamen Rider Ryuki, there's a scene, one of my favorite scenes in all of Kamen Rider, the scene where he uses survive mode for the first time. And if you know anything about Ryuki, it's that they have to go into this mirror world to be Kamen Riders, and people aren't allowed in there. I would want to be in that scene when they're fighting, and I don't want to say who because it's a spoiler, but the enemy is going like Tatakai, Tatakai, and Ryuki's like getting his ass kicked on the ground. I want to be just in the back, like eating a donut or something, like just like 10 meters away from the fight, down the road in this mirror world, and nobody notices. I'm just there watching. That would be my scene. How about you?
You have to be in a scene that already has extras in it.
Oh, come on.
You
Nobody
asshole.
said that.
That's what it says. You place yourself in a scene that had extras.
No, it doesn't. It says place yourself in a scene as an extra.
No, you big liar pants.
That's my choice.
Look,
I'm
going
not
to look
changing
in
it.
this email again.
Alright.
If you guys could have... no, it says be an extra in any scene in Kamen Rider history.
Yeah. Any scene.
Thanks,
That's my
Belf,
choice.
You asshole.
What about you, Jeff?
Any scene in history. Okay. I want to be in Kamen Rider Gaim.
Okay.
When the nukes land on America. I want to just be like drinking a fucking Slurpee and I look up and see the nukes. And I just drop the Slurpee on the ground.
We could have a little episode where the show becomes like a drama for a day, focusing on Jeff's awful life. And then the last shot is like the shadow descending over Jeff as he drinks his Slurpee in his living room. Fuck extras, that's what I want.
You just want to see me get nuked.
Yeah. I won't beat around the bush.
What an asshole. Those are all the questions I have this time, so I think we're done talking about Kamen Rider this week.
Okay, we have an email. That's at Rider Club Radio.
That's not our email.
Oh, we have a Twitter. That's at Rider Club Radio. We have an email. That's riderclubradio@gmail.com. Shoot us a tweet, send us an email, follow us on Twitter.
We
or
talk
don't.
all the time on the Twitter.
We talked on the
everybody.
Twitter.
We make funny comments and jokes.
We make
Unfunny comments.
The most hilarious jokes you ever heard will be found
jokes
on the Twitter. So please follow.
Alright, so this week, 8 o'clock at the Rider Club Sync Tube. They're probably
on Saturday. 8 o'clock
Saturday.
Eastern on Saturday.
At 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday in your living room with your computer at
February
Rider Club
13th.
Radio Sync Tube. We're going to be streaming Space Sheriff Sherivan, The Next Generation.
So it's the sequel to the Gavan movie we streamed last time. If you liked that, come check this one out.
We will not be streaming Shider this time. We'll be streaming Sherivan and probably hang out a little bit and watch some more videos afterwards.
Whatever I can put together.
So tune into that. There'll probably going to be some advertisements up on the blog and on the Twitter. So just follow the instructions that we give you, and your life will be better.
That's Saturday, February 13th, 8 p.m. Eastern, Rider Club Radio Sync Tube. Be there, or be square.
How old are you? That's something like an ancient person would say.
Don't you call me old, you old fart.
Alright, so tune in next time for some more quality idiots being idiots on your fucking podcast.
Bye.
See ya.